Welcome to the Round 9 review for Supercoach 2023. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. This week we scored 2,149 and we're ranked 7,545. This week was a bad week, very bad. I don't know where to start. We have rookies scoring 30. Rookies were good on the bench. Some of the ones that played were good on the bench. We have rookies on field scoring 30. We have players underperforming that are low owned, Jack Sinclair. We have players who don't want to play the fourth quarter. More than happy to sit out. I'll just play 3 quarters today, no worries. 2 of them in the midfield that aren't super highly owned. And we have our new big recruit playing half forward, some weird role, I don't know. Complaining about what Mills' potential role could be, who started on the wing, by the way. So, oh my goodness, lucky we didn't go Callum Mills because we're pretty close to it. Probably planning for him this week. But Zach Merrett, I know the CBAs look fine, 62%, a little bit unders for him, but what I was witnessing was this new incredible state-of-the-art role that Brad Scott has come up with. He starts at half forward, and then Essendon win the clearance, so the ball's in the forward line where Zach Merrett is. And then there'll be a stoppage. And what does Zach Merrett do? He lines up behind the ball. He starts in front, then he runs behind the ball. He spectates. What is this role? He's their best player. They need the ball in his hands. They need him around the ball. They need no Parrish. They need him around the ball. He's not the greatest clearance player, but he's still a very, very good midfielder. One of the best in the comp, elite pressure, elite tackler, elite use of the ball. But no, keep him away from the ball. I don't understand, and it better be fixed next week. For real, I can't sit through that again. The good news with Merrett is he plays West Coast and North over the 2 of the next 3 weeks, then he plays them again. So I think he's a good buy for this week. Seriously, even if he plays his bullshit role, he's gonna score against these teams. So 2 of the worst teams I've ever seen. Both bad injuries as well, so it makes it even worse. So, our trades last week, we got in Zach Merrett and Atkins, and we sold Van Rooyen, who scored a 70. And we sold Ashcroft. I didn't really want to sell Ashcroft, but I figured the only players that we can upgrade are Hopper and Ashcroft for the time being. Unless we cut like a Simpson or Seamus Mitchell early, and I don't think that's a good idea. We need them for the first buy round and to make a bit more money. So it's just absolute mess of a round. And it's the players like Sinclair's not super highly owned. I don't think Day's that highly owned either. 22's not much. Laird I don't think is 24. It's not. Zach Merrett 5%, and still would be even lower. 7. Ugh. Just disaster of a week. The trade-in of Atkins I thought was okay. I think Weddle's got some good attributes that they can use. I think he's a wingman. I don't think he's a defender, to be honest, watching him, but he played quite well and he showed some good signs. He just needed to put it together, which he didn't in the first 2 rounds. And this week, it was a much more complete performance from him. Still a bit of work to do defensively, but showed the run and carry that we saw in the draft highlights and whatnot. And he showed that in the fourth quarter of his second game. So very annoying to miss Weddle. I think they'll keep playing him. So look, as long as Atkins holds, his role's really, really good. So hopefully he keeps playing in the role. I think they're trying Joel Jeffrey. Is it Joel Jeffrey? In defence, so they're trying all these players down backs in the 2s. They might have given up on Constable, I'm not sure. So I haven't even actually opened Supercoach. I haven't checked the prices. Supercoach has just pretty much opened probably 5-10 minutes ago. Dawson, what's his break? 150. Oh, our Dakers has come down a lot. I thought he was like 650 at one point. That's alright. I can't ask too much of Nick. Where do we start? Dawson, bad usage, which is very annoying, but that's alright. He's been a great get for us. Nick Dacos It's fine. Everyone has him, I think. Jack Sinclair, mate. Oh my goodness. I when I paid $5.40 for him, it was kind of all I could really afford. In hindsight, the play was Zach Butters. I was a bit scared of his the way he plays. Just worries me a bit, but I think he'll be fine. Just no soft tissue history, so I think it's like it'll come down to an unlucky incident if he gets injured, like not soft tissue. But yeah, paying $5.40 was a crap decision. I think he's like a decent. I think the fixture's not too bad. They just played 3 at Marvel, so that was part of the reason why I brought him in. But yeah, it's been not a good trade in. He'll get to sub 500, and you can probably pick him up cheap if you want. But I don't even think he's top 6. What's he averaging? 97. He needs to get like 30 touches to ton up. It's and then when he has a bad game, this happens. So I mean, I'll back him in going forward, but it's very annoying. Will Day 88. I mean, I still see him as a keeper. I mean, a few DPPs coming in, most likely Sam Walsh, maybe even Jack McRae, but I don't know. Not even sure you want Jack McRae with how bad his role was. Will Day, he still looks pretty good, playing second quarters in the forward line mostly, so that's going to eat into his score. They got West Coast this week, I think. So turn that up. Yeah, they got West Coast, so that should be good. As my screen just went black for 5 seconds, but never mind, carry on. Atkins 62, I think a little bit, I don't know if it's unlucky, but didn't get involved early, and I thought the Gold Coast defenders scored pretty poorly because they gave up so many clearances, which they couldn't get much of the ball. I think everyone except for Ballard was a poor scorer for Gold Coast. Just hope he holds, and happy with him on field for now. Made 50k, break even of 13. So all going well, he'll make a bit more money. I think that's like 75. I think that's probably where he's at, but I think he's got potential to do better. Chincotta 33, break even of 22. We really needed him to make some money. We just need him to make money, but I think everyone's got him, so just hold for the time being. And Wilmot finally played down back when we need to get rid of him, so 35 break even. I think Rich is 1 to 2 away, so if Rich is out, I think it's definitely a hold. Get another maybe 10, maybe even 20k out of him. Was on kick-ins as well. McKenna's down on form. And then Chester, hopefully he comes back. Not expecting too much from him. Now to the midfield, we had Bont and Oliver, just the 2 Ubers, doing really well for us. I think most people have both by now. I think a lot of people would have gotten Oliver if they didn't get him already. So yeah, he went back up in price. So didn't really drop that much, but also didn't really have the big sort of scores. Like what Petrarca has done is kind of what I was expecting from Oliver. Just watching Oliver early in the year, it looked like his running power was even better this year, but I'm not sure he's found the balance of how to use that extra running power. I'm not sure, but look, he's doing fine for us. He's probably still going to be our captain going forward for the most part. So yeah, this is the Max Scorn game versus Teakle. You probably VC Oliver still. If you have Gorn, I'd probably VC him. I will go over captains after. Laird, oh my goodness, what's the point of playing him 3 quarters for 3 weeks in a row? I think one game he played 2 weeks ago, he sat 15 minutes on the bench in the fourth, sorry. That was 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he basically just did nothing, more bench stints, finished the game on the bench. Was on the ground a bit more, but just did nothing, just kind of out there just for fun. And then they subbed him off this week. Had a bad knock to the ribs. I think just it's not Lairdy's fault, but I don't know if this is a good idea of how to manage him. Like make him play 3 quarters every week. Does he need a week off or something? I don't know. It's just strange. But like who plays a player for 3 quarters every week if they're managing him? I don't know. But look, he's still scoring within 3 quarters. His 3-run average is 100, and he should be 120 if he was actually fit, or none of this shenanigans was going on. But yeah, he'll be I think after the bye he'll be primed, but yeah, give him that week off. I probably wouldn't touch him at the moment. It's just a little bit iffy, but yeah, bad starting pick for 700 now for sure. Green's doing well, 97. I mean, it's fine. He's playing well. Zach Merrett, oh boy, plays Richmond this week. So yeah, dropped 18k. So it was a wrong week to get him in because we have to be careful with money. And yeah, we could have got him for a bit cheaper. So that's whatever. And then Jack Steele. What is a knee tweak? What is like what a knock? I think they said knock on the boundary line. Then Ross Lyon said tweak. Like, is he hurt something like inside his knees? He copped a knock. I don't know. It'd be nice if they were clear. Hopefully they are during the week. I think they said he'll be fine, but just I don't know. Both your premium mids basically get subbed off with an entire quarter to go. It's not ideal. Hopscotch, Jacob Hopper 43. Done his calf. So yeah, holding Hopper because he has the better buy over Ashcroft. Clearly a terrible call. So I guess it's been like a failed mid-pricer now. He's only made like 110k, but you can't predict injury. But he was one where like he was averaging 93, 94. Just if he can keep doing that till during the buy rounds, then we get rid of him for someone who's had their buy. That was kind of the plan. But holding him and Setterfield, trying to get these rookies off, just a fail. Wrong move, but I don't know. How did Setterfield go? So he would have played inside mid. 87. He's dropping money though. That's fine. And then we fielded Simpson. That's okay. I'm okay with that. And yeah, bench. So yeah, and Matthew Johnson. Well, I don't even know if he's going to play because Erasmus played well. Maybe I can see Johnson being like sub or something, but maybe they're like Pfeiffer's sub. So I don't know if there's a spot for them because Freo have won the past few games. Even like Sam Sturt, he's had 48 touches and 8 shots on goal in 2 weeks. But the problem is like in the waffle, but there's no spot for him, I don't think. So I don't really know like how he gets a game. So these two could be dead potentially. I think Johnson's probably more likely because he wouldn't have been dropped in the first place. But now, how do you find a spot for him? Roberts is dead. Constable's dead. English 88. How are we losing to Sean Darcy? I mean, 5 round 115, 143 break even. Interesting. And Gorn plays Port. 71 break even. We'll play with some trade scenarios. Yeah, a captain wasn't rolling, it was Oliver. We'll just leave it like that for now, but would have been a nice captain. And the forward line just gets it done every week, but they're all common, so it doesn't really matter. I guess Butters, what's Butters averaging now? Butters is 60% CBA mid now, so he's wow, he would have been a fantastic get over Sinclair. 125 on average. Pretty wild trade in. I think that was after the 146. CBAs went up in round 4, so yeah, would have been one of the best buys of the year. Can't win them all. Honestly, Zeebel's like one of the few players in this team where I can actually count on. So big up Jack Zeebel. He's going to get to 600, so he's been fantastic. We didn't field Seamus. Is what it is, but I think we'll go over some trade scenarios now, and I actually don't even know what we want to do. So we don't have much money on the bench. We have a bit of money from Wilmot, Seamus, and then we got Simpson on field, a bit of money in Atkins, and Shinkoda hopefully plays, and hopefully these two keeps making some sort of money. Now, I wanted to get Blake Drury, but apparently looked a fair bit off the pace. Didn't see much of him. They have a lot of injuries, so I kind of think they have to play him for a bit, but is he actually worth getting? Negative 10 break even for 102k, that's pretty poor. Scored 17. overlooked in the draft, 102k basically. Scored 51. I thought he looked alright in the first half of his first game, so I think that they back him in, give him a few games, but do you actually want him? Harry Sharp was okay. I think his ball use wasn't the best, but I don't know if he's best 22 or not. I think it's only... Okay, just gonna check something. Got my mic in front of the keyboard. Teams. So just go around 5, for example. Look at Brisbane's lineup. I want to see who was in there instead of... Where's Brisbane? Did I miss it? Right here. Okay, so Richard's there. Ford's not playing anymore. Because Noah Answorth... Was it this week that was a Rich injury? Okay, maybe round 8. So they brought in Sharp for Rich and Zorko. And then Zorko came in for who? For Lions, okay. And the only one on the injury list is Daniel Rich. Now, if Rich comes in, does that mean Sharp goes out? Do they drop McKenna or... Where's Leicester? I'm so confused. I don't know. I thought maybe less. I don't know. I'm blind. I'll have to do some research on him. I searched on Big 40. A few of them were like happy with this game. A few were not happy with Sharp's game. So he's one we can look at. But I'd like to hold Wilmot. So like in a perfect world, like Hopper needs to go. It's like we do this. Now I don't think we're gonna get Jury, but how much does that get us? How much is Darcy Cameron? I don't even think I want Darcy Cameron. I think he'll score fine. Oh, nice. Can't get him. Like all the players that we could go for that are cheap, we can't already have, like Merrett, Steele. I hate to get rid of a player with good job security, but if we were to do like Sharp here, does that get us Tom Stewart? Oh my god, we're not going to get it. Because that's kind of what I wanted to do. But I had Jury in mind, so yeah, it's probably 2 points off. Stewart has a really nice buy. I don't think we can even afford to pay for a player like this. And then mids, well, what midfielders are there? The last 3. I can't believe Petrarca is going to go to 700k. Owning him in the past, he's been a frustrating own, but he comes good in the back half of the year, but he just had this hot patch when they had the dummy fixture. Anderson's too much. Leber's too much. But it's actually been a pretty bad miss. Knowing what he can do with CBAs. Um, 125 break even. I like Andy, so I think people might not like him because he hasn't been scoring quite very well at all. I guess I don't know how much you want to take from the first 6 weeks where he was sore. So this 98, he had 2 goals, but he looked good, but he scored poorly. Last week against the Hawks, he dominated, and then this week he scored 88. Ball use wasn't the best, but I thought he looked quite good on the ice. So I don't mind Andy. I don't think he's top 8 though. So in terms of top 8 mids, well, I think it's Petrarca, probably like an Anderson or Sarong, and then I don't think Brayshaw's too far off if he's fit. I like his next 2 games. I think it's Geelong at home, who are depleted, no danger, and then I can't remember who else. So I think it'd be something like this, but this is not good for our buy, and I don't think getting rid of Wilmot's the best idea. So Sharp could be dropped as well. Like, I'd love to see Rich come back into the team this week, so then we'll know if Sharp is best 22 or not. What's Sharp's break even? Negative 37. Now, there's another thing I was thinking about doing. Would need to get English back. So this would be a lot more plausible if he was 670k like 2 weeks ago. But hopefully they release something on Gorn getting DPP. And what does that get us? Does that get us Brayshaw? I think it does. That means we have a warm body in Wilmot for the buys, and he'll make more money. So it just means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. So say Chester plays, so we got 5 here. One of these might be dropped. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, assuming he plays 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That doesn't really work. We'd need to get like a rookie correction and hope for one of these defenders to play. But at least if we can scrape through with 18 in this, somehow scrape through with 18 in this bye round, and then it'll be a lot easier to get through the rest of the rounds. So, I mean, yeah, Brayshaw's got a bye coming up, but his break even must be low, I think. It's just, look at Brayshaw, it's just another sketch premium, like Day isn't proven. I like what he looks like, but he's still, he's still pretty young. Brayshaw, like, Steele's like, who knows what's going on. Brayshaw's had the knee issue. Merrett's role is disgusting at the moment, but I think it will revert. Gorn's heading into preseason. It's just sketchy players everywhere. But you need money to... I think you need money to get the best players at the moment, but... Yeah, I think I'll think about this. I don't actually know if I'll do that, but we'll go with that for now. We'll get a read on if Harry Sharp looks good. We'll definitely need him, so we'll try to figure that one out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a good week and had a better week than I did in Supercoach, certainly, and we'll see you guys in the next one.